From space, you can see how beautiful and fragile our planet is. As we travel at over 27,000 kilometers per hour around the Earth, I can see our oceans, our mountain ranges, and our cities below me. And as I have orbited above the Amazon rainforest, I can see the lungs of our planet and the danger they are in. Even at 400 kilometers above the forest canopy, I have witnessed smoke rising from fires raging below and can see the risk to all of us from this crisis. The question I ask myself is, can the Amazon survive? And what should be done to protect it? I am Luca Parmitano, commander of the International Space Station. And this is my world, my planet, my home, and yours.
Thanks, Commander Luca. Well, that's the view from space. Down here on Earth, I've travelled to the heart of the Amazon rainforest to bring you this special edition of My World.
I'm here to investigate one of the most urgent issues facing the world today, the destruction of the Amazon rainforest. We'll be asking the question, can the Amazon survive? And meeting the young people who live here and want to protect the forest, as well as those who've built their lives on cleared land and rely on it for their survival.
A record number of fires are burning in the world's largest rainforest.
Wildfires.
Devastating fires.
A number of fires this year.
International crisis.
Flames.
Now Brazil's president claims they're being lit deliberately.
Raging across the Amazon rainforest.
Last summer, the world reacted with fury as huge fires burned across the Amazon, destroying massive areas of the forest. The smoke was so bad that it could be seen from the International Space Station, and Commander Luca Parmitano tweeted about it. The fires may have caught the world's attention, but logging and clearing land for farming are even bigger causes of deforestation. And while the fires have died down for now, the destruction of the Amazon continues. The scale of the area is enormous. The Amazon rainforest straddles 9 different countries in South America. The largest part of the Amazon is in Brazil and covers this entire region. That's equivalent in size to nearly the whole of the continental United States. The age of the forest is estimated to be around 55 million years old. What makes it so important is that the Amazon is a crucial source of the planet's oxygen. A gigantic forest of 400 billion trees, it's also the world's biggest carbon store. It plays a huge role in pulling heat-trapping gases out of the atmosphere and storing them in the trees, slowing the pace of climate change. Without the Amazon rainforest, the world will become a hotter place much faster. We start our journey here, in Rondônia State, which has been one of the hardest hit by decades of illegal logging and fires. We'll travel 6 hours by road to the town of Ji-Paraná. There's a lot of equipment to pack up, and we need heavy-duty vehicles to get us through some rough terrain. What you see out the window as we head south used to be the Amazon rainforest, but in my lifetime, vast areas have been destroyed.
We've been travelling past fields like this for hours. I think we should get out and have a look. So this used to be rainforest, and now it's a soybean farm. And in the back, you can see the Amazon rainforest, and this is it. This is the whole problem. This is where the farming industry is bumping up against nature, and the fear is it'll consume nature altogether.
The Brazilian president Jair Bolsonaro has actively encouraged the development of the Amazon. Loggers and ranchers have seen this as a green light to clear the land. And 2019 saw a record number of fires as a result. Under pressure from the rest of the world, President Bolsonaro pledged to tackle the fires, but says the Amazon belongs to Brazil and other countries should not interfere. It's the indigenous people who are in the most danger. Some have been attacked and killed for their land. We're going to meet one of the communities fighting to protect their culture and way of life.
We are making our way down this winding dirt road track to meet the Arara indigenous people who live inside the rainforest.
Indigenous groups like the Arara are hunter-gatherers who've lived in the forest for thousands of years. But their specially protected territories are now under constant threat of illegal invasions from miners and loggers. I want to find out what the forest means to the next generation of the Arara and what it's like living under the constant threat of destruction. We're the first foreign journalists they've ever hosted here. And as an honoured guest, I'm invited to be painted.
Ficou bom? Oh. She says it looks great. That's good. What does it mean?
Força.
Força.
Strength.
Strength.
Maristela is 14. She's one of the youngest members of the Rondonia Female Warriors Association.
Maristela, how do you feel about what's happening in the Amazon rainforest with loggings and the fires that we've seen?
Tá, então, assim, a gente...
We are very sad to see people destroying the forest because we consider the forest our mother.
A gente considera a floresta como nossa mãe.
There's no sign of rain as we drive 8 kilometres up a dirt track deep into the rainforest. Maristela and Juliana show us an area where they harvest Brazil nuts that help sustain their village.
Juliana is going to show me how to get the Brazil nut from out of the pod using this machete. It's just starting to rain. The girls are, as you can see, separating the husks to find the Brazil nut, which is here. Can I eat this? Yeah? So I have never had a Brazil nut fresh out of the Amazon rainforest. Very exciting moment. It's better than anything you get in the shop.
The girls want me to understand how much the forest gives to their community and why they fear for its future.
Para mim, a Amazônica ela é...
The Amazon forest is everything to us, and today our government wants to cut down the forest. How will we feel? It will make the forest cry, and we will cry too for nature.
How scared are you about the threat that's facing the forest?
Sim, estamos.
Yes, we are afraid. This new government wants to destroy nature, wants to deforest everything. If they kill all of this, we are nothing.
Se derrubar isso tudo, a gente não somos nada, né?
Are we all right with this rain?
It's clear this storm is getting much worse. We've only been gone a short time, but as we try to make our way out of the forest, we're blocked in.
So a big storm hit, and as you can see, it's raining. We've had to leave the rainforest to head back to the village, but trees have fallen over while we were in the rainforest and can't get the cars through.
Não, eu tava falando pro Marcelo que os homens é muito teimoso.
She's saying that's typical stubborn men.
A couple of hours later, we're on our way again, thanks to the stubborn men and their machetes. Back at the village, the girls tell us about the pressures they face.
Com esse novo presidente aí, que é o Bolsonaro,
With this new president, Bolsonaro, he wants to log the forest, to introduce mining, to invade indigenous land. This will harm our territory.
isso vai prejudicar o nosso território.
Tá, que nem esses últimos.
In the last few years, we saw our own relatives killing the forest when our relatives came in with the bulldozers. People from outside, non-indigenous, are co-opting them to log the forest. We, the young people, are worried about this.
Preocupa com isso.
With everything that's going on, the challenges that you face, the question we're asking, can the Amazon forest survive?
Sim, porque a gente.
Yes, because we will fight to keep it alive. We will have to fight for it. Together we are strong, because the strength is in young people.
A gente é forte unidos, porque toda a força está nos jovens.
Can I ask you, how far will you go to fight for your land?
Até morrer.
Until death.
Until we part to another life.
Oh, it's been so incredible spending time with the indigenous Aurora people. Just to hear how passionate they are about the forest and their community has really moved me, and especially speaking to the young girls about how they're really fighting for their land. I think it's given me a much deeper understanding of their struggle.
And as the community fights for its very survival, the struggle continues between those who want to preserve the forest and those who want to cut it down in the name of development. For decades, Brazilian farmers have been enticed to the Amazon with free land. An influx of 1 million people since the 1970s saw a rapid increase in deforestation as a result. Many saw opportunity and a better life.
Hi, Karina.
Karina and her brother Rodrigo are the next generation, and ranching is in their blood. They're both studying at the local agricultural school. At only 100 hectares, their spread is small by Brazilian standards, but it seems to stretch to the horizon. Daily duties on the ranch include wrangling cattle. So I've decided to go along for the ride, but first I have to get on board.
I've not ridden a horse for ages. Pala, pala, baka.
This land was virgin rainforest until it was cleared about 15 years ago. The family have 400 head of cattle here. And like the Aurora girls, Rodrigo and Karina also feel part of the land.
We are connected to nature. Nature's connected to us. There is an ecosystem, a balance that must be kept.
Everything depends on nature, so to preserve nature should be everyone's fundamental responsibility.
From a young age, Rodrigo and Karina have been raised to work the ranch with their father, Gerson. They both want to follow in his footsteps.
This is amazing. I just love how the family all know the language that they need to use to direct the cows, and they're all working together as a family to do it.
And every day on the ranch, they apply what they're learning in agricultural school. So considering the tensions between the two communities, I wonder what it would take for both ranchers and indigenous people to live together peacefully.
Everyone, absolutely everyone needs the land. Many farmers need the land. They need to produce for themselves and for others, globally and locally. There is a lot of inequality. Some have too much, others have too little. Others, like the indigenous, are at risk of losing the little they have. So I think we all have the same rights to use the land, the right to plant, so we can all live off the land.
Karina and Rodrigo clearly care about the forest's survival, but their way of life involves using cleared land for farming. However, the situation is far from black and white. Like the indigenous, ranching families have also been victims of illegal fires. Gustavo is at agricultural school with Rodrigo and lives just a few kilometres away. His family farm was hit by an illegal fire last summer. 70% of their pasture land was scorched and they lost a large number of cattle. In spite of the 35-degree heat, we make a steep climb up to see the damage.
They cut down the trees and set fires to clean it, so they can make space for cattle. This results in many problems, particularly with the air quality. There is a lot of smoke, the biodiversity is killed. Besides causing a lot of financial damage to local farmers, often the pastures for the cattle are also burned, so it's a financial loss for us.
This is so shocking to see. These trees are dead after a fire in August, which was illegal. And this is the fear that people have, that land in the Amazon rainforest is being lost piece by piece. And although you can see some of the trees have regenerated, most of them have gone and they'll never come back. Gustavo, we are here to look at the Amazon rainforest, and the question we're asking is, can the Amazon rainforest survive? What do you think?
No, I don't think it will. Many farmers are close-minded about environmental issues. They don't give a damn about the forest. They really just want to clear the land for more cattle and profit.
And we all bear some responsibility for that. Global food demands keep farmers in business. It's likely that you've eaten food or bought goods that have been produced at some cost to the Amazon. Gustavo isn't the only one who's worried about the future. To find out more, I'm travelling to Manaus, the capital of the Brazilian Amazon. It's a city of 2 million people right in the middle of the rainforest. And since last summer's brutal fire season, more young people than ever are protesting about the destruction of the Amazon and climate change. These high school students want their voices to be heard. They fear that if more of the Amazon is lost, it could enter a spiral of collapse. And if it reaches that tipping point, what will it mean for their generation and the next?
To see animals and trees being burned, forests devastated was very sad and very shocking to me. I felt very bad. But that gave more strength to Bruno and I to fight.
And if the question is whether we believe the Amazon will survive the attacks it suffered recently, we say yes, there is still hope in us. But more than hope, we live in action. We live to do something that will change the course of our history as a community, as a planet.
There's no doubt these young people consider action on climate change vital to our future. Finally, before I leave Brazil, I have one more task: to bring your questions to a conservationist. Dr. Rita Mesquita is a scientist who's worked in the Amazon rainforest for more than 20 years.
Thank you so much for joining us. So let's start with the first one.
Hello, my name is Anika. I'm 13 years old and I'm from New Delhi, India. My question is, how can we conserve the trees in the Amazon forest with a growing population? I'm asking this question because the Amazon forests are the lungs of the whole world and need to be protected.
We hear that phrase a lot, don't we? Lungs of the whole world.
Yeah. It's interesting because many times I say that the Amazon is actually the heart, because it's like a pump. It's beating like a heart and pumping and making some of these global fluxes work in terms of moisture and rainfall, the hydrological cycle. And if it was not for all these trees in this forest, then this pump would not be working. I think we need to build more awareness of the importance of the Amazon for the whole world. And what is the services that this forest is performing, is doing for free, for humanity.
This question now from Mercy.
Hi, my name is Mercy. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Minnesota. My question is, how many animal species die each year due to deforestation in the Amazon?
Now, it's very important to understand that every time we clear-cut an area and we remove the forest, we are dooming all the animals that live in that area to die. Even if they are able to move and go to other areas, like birds can fly or monkeys can run and all that, because once they get into different areas, there's going to have a fight for territories, a fight for survival. And the odds are that these animals will die, even though they didn't die directly due to deforestation. So every time, deforestation is the #1 cause of mortality of animals in the world.
But you can't put a number on it.
I cannot put a number on it.
The question we're asking on the programme is, can the Amazon survive? Can it?
I think it can, and I'm an optimistic. But many people are calling our attention to the fact that we are reaching a very dangerous point, the point of no return, and that's they call the tipping point. If we go beyond that, odds are that the system will lose its ability to function. We already have deforested around 20% of the Amazon, and we have degraded another 20%. So we put together, we are reaching a very dangerous point.
As I leave the Amazon, I've realised it's complicated. Everybody believes they have a right to the forest. Indigenous people, farmers, loggers, business people, they say they need the rainforest for their survival and livelihood. And on a bigger scale, Brazil's government says it has the right to exploit the Amazon's resources, while much of the rest of the world believes that the planet's future is at stake. Only reaching an agreement on these competing claims can we save the Amazon for the whole world.
We know that the Amazon is a crucial part of our ecosystem on a planetary level. It is indispensable for our survival. We don't have another planet. We have no option B. I feel that something needs to be done, and it needs to be done now. It is time for action to save the Amazon, our planet, and ourselves.